Hey guys, what's up? PipSnipers here, back for another update. Let's take a look at XRP this morning. It's 8:38 a.m. Eastern Standard Time pre-New York session. Nothing much has changed since the last update yesterday morning. We're now below the 21 and 50-day moving average along with our momentum indicator on the 4-hour time frame, like I was showing you in the previous video. Right over here. You see how we're below this momentum indicator on the 4-hour? And how we were just grinding off of it, right? You see how we're just grinding off of it right here? We were doing that yesterday, and then we saw a little bit of a deeper breakdown below the 21 and 50 day. So as long as price remains below the 21 and 50 day, located at $2.18 to $2.16, then it's very likely we'll have continuation down to back to the 200-day moving average to tap that as support, sitting at around $2.06 to $2.04, with the possibility of even wicking right down to the 50 and 61.8% fib, sitting at around $1.95 to $1.87. Now, if we get a 4-hour close below the 61.8% fib, or even a daily close, then it's very likely that we're going to go a little bit deeper to around the 702 and the 786 at $1.81 to $1.75, lose this region right here, then it's very likely that we're going to come back and meet these lows at $1.60, $1.61, $1.62. But I would say that is the less likely scenario, rather than us just coming down to these range lows of this 147 plus day long range in order to form a base before we can have a healthy move to the upside like this, right? So you have your first wave, right, to the upside, and then you have your A, B, C for your wave 2 or your base. Once you form that base, we can then have our move to the upside like this. Now, remember what I said. If we get above the 138.2% extension, which is measured from the April 13th high down to the April 20th low, which is sitting at around $2.32 to $2.33, then it's very likely we'll go towards our next point of interest, sitting at 271 to 288. However, if we come down, don't panic, because it likely means we're just forming a base before we can have range expansion, or expansion out of the range, right? Don't forget that XRP is within a wave 4, because we only see 4 waves here after coming out of a 2300 plus day long pennant that we see here on the 3-day time frame. Do you guys see over here this pennant? We've been within this pennant since 2018, and the E wave terminated in July, right? Then we had our impulsive move to the upside, but we only see 4 waves here. So before we can start this 5th wave to the upside, we need to just grind out a base. Looking here on the daily time frame, we're still below the momentum indicator. So we're below our momentum indicator on the 4-hour, and we're also below it on the daily. So it's becoming more likely that we'll see a little bit of a deeper flush down to around $2 to around these lower Fibonacci retracements. But coming here to XRP dominance, we can see here that we are coming down. We are coming down likely to around 3.94 to 3.73%, just to sweep the lower bounds of this range. So I'm going to show you guys something right here. Let me just remove these drawings, and I'll show you XRP dominance here. So as you guys can see, this was your range going all the way back to 2021, right? This was your accumulation range, and then you had manipulation under the range right over here. And then you have your the third phase in the market, which is distribution and expansion. So the first phase would be accumulation, right? then you have your manipulation, and then you have your expansion to the upside. But before we can have, now similar to that of the XRP USD pair, on XRP dominance, we only have 4 waves, right? This is your wave 1, your wave 2, your 3rd wave, and we're just completing our 4th wave down before we have a 5th wave up towards macro supply. So coming up on the 3-day time frame, we do see that this is a huge supply zone sitting at around 13.61 to 19.3%. I do eventually think that XRP will get up to that supply zone, and when it does, you need to be very careful holding your XRP position. Maybe think about scaling out. Not financial advice, but taking a little bit of a closer look at XRP dominance, you guys can see that this is exactly what the USD pair printed, but it looks like the XRP dominance pair is a little bit behind. Like, look at the XRP USD pair right here. Do you guys see how we had your buying climax, your secondary test right here, and then we had one more push up above these highs, and then we come down, right? We have a move down, and then we form a little bit of a sideways range before we have another push down below these range lows, right? Now, if we take a look at XRP dominance, you guys can see that it's a little bit behind, right? We had your buying climax, right over here. We had one more push above that high. You have your move down. You have ranging like price action going sideways, and then we have that final push down to range lows, maybe even sweeping the range lows at 3.73%. Okay, so I do expect XRP dominance to come down just a little bit more, and then we can go on with our final wave of distribution or expansion to the upside. So nothing to worry about with XRP. It's still looking good. What we would want to look for over here going forward is, number one, a move above $2.32 to $2.33, and for these lower retracements to hold, sitting at around $2.04 to $1.87. I hope you guys enjoyed the video today. If you guys want to connect with me, then click the link in the description below to join the Discord, where you get access to over 350 assets. You guys can ask me any question you want. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Peace out. Take it easy. I'll make sure to update you guys later today. But yeah, going forward, we would just want to see these levels hold, and for us to go no lower than $1.87. If we end up going below $1.87, then we would have to reevaluate the count, because I would think that if we came down to the 702 or the 786 at $1.80 to $1.75, that would be a very big flush in the market as a whole. So far, we're just looking at this region right here for the pivot point of our C wave for our wave 2. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace out. Take it easy. See you in the next one.